So a client brought in a set of global knives, and they're in pretty rough shape. You can see they're rusted. They've been put in the dishwasher, and the blades look pretty bad. And I'll shoot a little bit better shot here in just a second. But they're just in really bad shape, and they need sharpening really bad. So here's the chef knife. You can look at the edge of it. It's dull and pitted, and the number one reason why this has been put in the dishwasher. And it's made it very brittle in, and it's just in really bad shape. So I'm gonna sharpen them all. Let's see if I can get a look at that other blade there. Well, so I'm going to use the old Harbor Freight 1x30, and I'm going to use a Sunmax belt. This is a 400 grit, and it should do fine to get this blade in better shape before I actually sharpen it. Not hot, not much heat on the blade. So I've got most of the little nicks out of it. The tip looks kind of bad. I'm going to see if I can make that tip look a little bit better there. Put a little bevel on it, and then I'll get a better bevel when I put it on the AMK-75. So that looks pretty good. All right. So this little chef knife, it's also pitted up pretty good. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it is. So I'm going to there's no heat on that blade whatsoever. These belts are excellent at doing this kind of work. So that looks a lot better. And it's got a bevel on it, but it's not sharp like I want it. So now I can finish it up on my knife sharpener, the AMK-75. So I'm going to clean up some of the rust on these blades. No heat whatsoever. You see all the rust is gone off of the blade. Looks much better. So now I'll sharpen that one. Let's do the other ones. So the rust marks been put in the dishwasher. I don't know if you can see that very well, but yeah, it's in really bad shape. Somebody didn't take care of their knives, and these are not cheap knives. So it's pitted from the rust and being in the dishwasher. I'm not going to be able to get that out. I could, but I'm not. So that looks much better, other than the pitting right there. pit right there, the edge of the blade. Rust and stains on the handles. Woo! You gotta be careful. You'll lose a finger. This is very dangerous to do. Take your time. Don't get your fingers in the way. Little pits right there. Pits on the blade. Last one. Little knife. I don't know if you can see that or not. Looks terrible. Very much pitted. Looks pretty good. Since these global knives are in such bad shape, I am going to start off very aggressive with 120 grit Cubitron belt. It's really probably not 120. I've been using it for a while, so it's probably 240 at least. It's not a full brand new belt by any means. So I've got my edge finder or angle edge finder zeroed out, and I'm going to set the bevel at 16 degrees per side for these knives. This person is not taking care of their knives, so anything lower than that will wear out so fast that it's ridiculous. So 16 degrees per side here. Sorry, I got to put my dust collection system on. And I got a bevel coming up already. No heat on that blade. Bevel all the way across. I'm going to switch to a Trizact 400. .600. Felt. Leather, little compound on it. Looks good. Looks real good. Okay, for the very last knife of this set, it's a little small paring knife. I'm going to try to get up really close to see the burr as we go. So the first thing I do is I zero out my protractor to 0. Come on, 0. There we go, 0. That means it's flat. And then I'm going to set my edge angle. And I don't know if you can see off of here. Let's see if we can. So here's my adjustment down here, and I'm going to go with 16 degrees. Probably should go a little lower, but these people don't take very good care of their knives. And if I go to 14 degrees, they're going to dull so fast, and they seem to be putting them in the dishwasher too. So 16 degrees will be a good spot for them, and they'll last a while before they need sharpening again. So it is ready for 16 degrees. Let me see if I can zoom in and see if you can see the burr come up when it does. So here we go. I turned my dust collection system off, so hopefully you can hear a little bit better. No burr. Oh, there's a burr. I don't know if you can see that or not on the camera, but it did pop up. Not all the way across the blade, but we'll see. Burr. Not all the way across the blade. Now I got a burr all the way across the blade. And it's a consistent burr. Whoop, I slipped off there. Gotta be careful. Alright, I think you could see that on the film. So we're going to go from that 120, worn out 120, to a fairly new 400 grit. Burr all the way across the blade. I was pretty aggressive with that first belt, but these knives were in really bad shape. Now we're going to go to 600. So that looks pretty good. Felt belt. And I just use the felt belt just to try to take off as much of that burr as I can. And it gets a lot of it. And then the final step, a leather belt with a tiny bit of compound, white compound on it. Lots of different ways to do it. Everybody has their own little way. And I'm constantly changing also. Depends on the knife, depends on the customer. All right, that one's done.